series, this is the chance for them to have one more showing before they get on that plane. Ignacio throughout this series has been outstanding. Maria Folau as well, showing her class throughout. Karen Berger, how good at wing D. Laura Langman, your captain, so good to see her back in that black dress. Gina Crampton, Jane Watson will be vital to stopping those goals against the men. And Casey Kopua, strong as always in the defensive end also. Yeah, trying to stop Junior Leve at 7'2". Yeah. Jane Watson will have to have another MVP performance along with Case, won't she?
Yeah, she will. And that's the thing with a goal keep. When you're up against someone so tall, it can be a very long day at the office. But the work that's done out in the front of you is what will be key. Watson confusing the space and having to look outside, but coming back in will be essential.
Karen Berger, so glad she's in this squad, and throughout these days is showing again her pure class and making Casey's job, somewhat a bit easier throughout, and the rest of the defensive team. Yeah,
she's a real dogged player. She knows the game very well and has a great intensity about her. But in saying that, we've seen a lot of Michaela Sokolic-Beaton as well, who's really stepped up into those wing defence, goal defence roles. So
when she came on yesterday, she was outstanding also. Who's someone else that you really want to see shine for this Ferns side in their last dance before they jump on the plane?
Oh, there's a few of them that, I mean, I'm not actually 100% sure who they're starting. I mean, I think Michaela's really stood up in that position, but Casey Kopua, I want to see a good game from her, a good combination with Jane Watson, because it's very clear that Jane is the starting goal keep. So I really want to see that combo refined a little bit in this game.
When you get into that physical deprivation and that mental sort of exhaustion, having the likes of Case and Maria and Laura out there will be vital for it. And this matchup here, well, it was a great one the first time they played. Will it be same again now? Junior maybe change a few things to try and combat Jane, because she got in his head a little bit.
Yeah, maybe we'll see him stay under the post a little bit more, or maybe we'll see him do that movement. But it is a combination. It is a combo to watch. And like I touched on, it's the work that's done out front for a keeper to be able to come out and hunt and confuse space behind, because one-on-one, as you saw the girls laugh when it was that case, you just got no chance, unless they're lifting to get it. I don't know if they might try that in a couple of days.
I guess we're going to have to wait and see and appreciate that one. It is time for centre pass. Let's go to Jenny Woods.
Men's netball has been the talk of the town this week, and we are about to be reminded why. The finale of the Cadbury Netball Series sees the Silver Ferns once again pitted against the New Zealand men's invitational team. They met 2 nights ago with the men running out the winners 54-50, and now they meet again.
At goal attack, Daniel Jeffries. Wing attack, Cameron Powell. At centre, Cruz Taira. And wing defence, Kevin Bell. At goal defence, Daniel Rich. And at goal keep and captain, Matt Wetterling. On the bench, Jamie Brown, Victor Godsmark White, Junior Manapuri and Joseph Tukaki. Co-coach David Palaamor, co-coach Michelle Veal, manager Angie Shands, assistant coach Tanya Anderson, and physio Ari Carroll. And now Pullman Arena makes some noise for the Silver Ferns. Let's welcome our goal shoot, Maria Folau. Goal attack, Emilio Ann Ignacio. And wing attack, Gina Crampton. Centre and captain, Laura Langman. And wing defence, Karen Berger. Goal defence, Casey Kopua. And goal keep, Jane Watson. On the bench, Phoenix Karaka, Shannon Saunders, Tapaya Selby Ricketts, and Michaela Sokolic-Beaton. The Silver Ferns coach, Nolene Todua. Assistant coach, Jen Fuller. Manager, Esther Malloy, and physio, Mark Overington. Ladies and gentlemen, we invite you now to please stand for the national anthem of New Zealand.
tense moment here at Pullman Arena in Takanini. It is the final of the Cadbury Netball Series. The Silver Ferns against the New Zealand men. And we've heard already this week just what this opportunity means to these men. So long they have played the Silver Ferns in preparation for big tournaments, but never on television, never in front of a sold-out crowd.
Kate Green. Kate is 12 years old and her favourite playing position is centre. Her message for the Silver Ferns is good luck.
54-50 when these two sides met just a couple of days ago. But this is the one that matters. This is the final. Cruz Tangira gets the New Zealand men's underway against the Silver Ferns.
Straight away, the Ferns are holding it up, making them play it back. Doing a good job keeping Levy out of the circle as well. And he's obviously prepared to come out. Great tip from Berger there.
You can see the effort from Kotor to try and get up to that height of Junior Levy.
You need to give yourself a fair bit of a run-up to have an even chance of getting that.
Throw in New Zealand.
I think that was Ekanasio going for the bounce, but
New Zealand men have isolated Folau with the ball there and really cut off Ekanasio. It's a bit...
good defensive work by the New Zealand men's side. Oh, the ball.
Ball's run away.
Just inside the circle. Inside the circle.
Matt Witheri retrieves.
Well, didn't he show his versatility on Thursday, going from goal keep to centre, wing attack, I think.
Wing
Yeah, that's
defense
awesome. That's
obstruction.
definitely talent and skill right there. They do pass it back to the goalkeeper a lot, the men. At times you feel like they need to look down more and give that option down court. Oh, great hands from Watson. That's that instinctive reaction that she's got.
Well, she had a super game against the men 2 nights ago.
Pretty impressive coming up against the likes of Levy and getting an MVP performance, Watson. Yeah, she's really showing her class and putting her hand up for the coaches to know that she's there for the tall shooter, because a lot of people in the past would have said she's too short to play against Bassett or either of the Jamaican shooters, but she's put her hand up and said, I can still do some damage, even though the shooter's massive.
And that's a good point, Anna, because it's not just those two countries, it's also now Uganda, it's Sri Lanka that have these incredibly tall shooters.
New Zealand.
And straight away, we're into this frantic pace that we saw and felt from this game the other night.
Oh, the intensity.
Centre up with the
It's a
centre.
great front cut from Crampton. She's got Tangata on her back, but she managed to get that cut to the top. Folau did well to roll that in with immense pressure over the shot.
Little duck to Bell. You could see that there, Annie, what you mentioned about they was looking back, not looking forward.
Yeah, and if the Ferns have done their homework on defence, they'll notice that when the men don't look in straight away, they generally don't look back a little, like sort of feel like I've noticed. And that's the range that Levy likes. You see there, he stepped in. He's certainly got a range that he likes to shoot from.
New Zealand.
Yeah, he's the total package, isn't he? He's not just tall, he's got footwork, he's nimble, and he's fast for a big man.
He's the mountain man, Jen. Hashtag mountain man. NZ men have done a great job of holding the Ferns up there. They're really struggling to drive through for that ball.
Well, for now, she's been in great form in this series.
Yeah, you can certainly tell Folau has just come off the Suncorp. She's
Goal defense obstruction.
looking
Advantage
very
goal.
sharp heading into the World
Zealand.
Cup.
Advantage break, goal defense. Contact goalkeeper. keeper.
Good rollout from
Where
Folau
you
there,
like,
trying to
Oliver?
open up for Ignacio to come through that middle.
Nice decision-making from
Strike goal
Ignacio.
fit.
Well, nothing between these two sides.
And all shooters running on 100%.
A nice guard from Kopua.
Vining's wing defence obstruction.
Watson.
There's the tip again. Oh, speed again from Levy.
Yeah, I just think at times, and there we go, they go right back to Wetherby. At times they need to look in quicker to Levy. He's on.
Yeah.
Better pass from Tangata.
New Zealand.
Yeah, needed to be a flat short one, didn't it?
Vining's breaking in attack. Obstruction, wing
Quite
defence.
high stepping action too from Levy. So ball needs to come back to the place of the infringement. Kopua.
Vining's obstruction, goal defence.
Oh, nearly.
Goal defence, that's obstruction.
Nice little step from Folau there, which you'd also expect to see from the
Vining's
shooters,
breaking
having
defence.
probably practiced with the leans that the men can put over the shot.
And that fan was taking down a few notes, I think, to probably take back perhaps to the team she coaches.
Chloe Mengs.
Watson's doing a great job on Levy. I think Levy at times just is a bit casual and needs to offer a little bit more of an option.
Well, best stats of anyone on court at the moment, Jane Watson. 2 deflections and an intercept.
Crampton found the gap eventually, tripping through it.
Vining's obstruction, wing attack. Centre, that's obstruction with the centre. Vining's wing defence obstruction.
Oh, did he keep it in?
Oh,
he did.
Staying
Oh,
alive.
Berger's going to do the same.
Yeah, this is thrilling.
There's nice athleticism from both teams there.
Contact on the ball.
There's that massive lean and a great step back from Folau to be able to control the shot herself.
Just watch this passage of play, somehow staying alive. And of course, what happened next was, there you go, picked up by Berger.
Great balance from
Vining's
Berger,
goal shooter
not
obstruction.
step.
Oh, Berger again!
Great handle ball. Shame she couldn't have pulled that in. Again, good awareness of when the pass was released, where it was going. Oh, that was a big husk.
Well, Daniel Rich into the goalpost.
Crampton was a bit, dreaming to get that in
Wing
there.
defence obstruction outside the circle. Vining's
Unlucky.
offside.
Should have played advantage, the ref.
Back where you were.
That was a great little bullet pass from Powell.
So that was the pass that was beautifully read by Daniel Ritchie, then embraced the goalpost. Halfway mark first quarter, 8-6, men in front.
Nice. Great roll there. Looked like he was going long, but cut back to the ball. Scott Watson turning ahead a little bit.
Just a reminder, Bailey Mears not considered for tonight's game. As
Vining's offside.
she missed last night's as well, just a head knock the other night. Oh, I think it was more a shoulder.
A whiplash. Bit of
Yes.
whiplash. Well, hopefully it's not much, because as you mentioned, Annie, in the build-up, she really stepped up and has put her hand up to say, I am here, and is shooting. So Knowles did say when she selected her, I haven't had a chance to work with her.
Yeah.
So very promising. She's proving her worth, Coach Taroa.
Great run by the men. They've scored 4 in a row. Centre pass to come.
Still balance, keep playing.
Chloe Mengs.
Good tip by Kopua.
You really need to pick Levy up early once he's out of the circle and not let him get that run in, because you cannot stop him when he does.
He's quite quick for a big man, isn't he?
Coming from out of court. Didn't get his foot grounded fast enough.
It's just those little phases of play for the men, showing their lack of discipline.
Yeah, but this is an important one for the Ferns to score, to just close that gap a little bit more.
That held up. Good defence this time by the men. Manager Angie Shan liked it.
Contact goal defence.
Watson's got a big ask here by himself. Yeah, it's not much he can do. No, he just...
New Zealand.
She made an effort to do something, but...
It'll be interesting to see what happens here, because really, for the most of the game the other night between these two sides, the margin, it sat around 5 goals. Men couldn't increase it. Women, except for when they got to within 2, couldn't get much closer.
Contact goal defence.
That hand of
With the goal
Chris
defence.
Tangata.
He'll be relishing the opportunity to play against Langman.
It'll be interesting to see if both teams can maintain this intensity in the last quarter. There's been a lot of talk, but the men don't quite have the fitness of the Ferns, so that could play a part in the fourth quarter. Good skills from Tangata using the back space.
Nice baseline. Oh, missed the option straight in front of him.
Sideline.
Reasonable amount of turnovers, really, this early in the game.
Oh, that's so dangerous, but it did it. Good work. Nicely judged by Crampton.
And of course, the men, they're going to have to watch their penalty count. They got nearly over double than the Ferns in their last game. They're already on 10. Ferns are on 4.
Yeah, Falau caught just with her arms wide.
I would have to say, I have noticed the Ferns attacking being more active in their holding. They're actually defending their space to roll out of and screening each other. That time, Falau got called for it, but it's really nice to see them actively holding their space and working it rather than...
But I guess, is that the risk you run of being called?
Oh, yes and no. I think it's an unusual call to get. Both are actively trying to get space, so yeah, it could go either way in my view, that particular one, but it's great to see the Ferns really working together and defending, I guess, why I'm enjoying it.
3 minutes left in this first quarter, 13-8. Men in front.
Kopua just telling someone to come forward. It's trademark one hand palm of the ball and calling you forward.
Here's that double jump that we saw on Thursday.
The double jump's so effective for the men because they've got such big ear time, so it really uses up the 3 seconds when they do the double.
Oh, what a pass. Powell, he's
vision.
got great vision, hasn't he?
If he just not wanting to shoot in that range, though, again.
1, 2, yes, up! Good girl.
Great height from Kopua.
You almost need to lift each other to get the rebound when there is one, which is not
Yeah,
often.
I'm surprised that we aren't seeing, you know, the hoist being played out on Levy.
They tried it a couple of times the other night. They probably need you out there, Anna.
No,
Although
the thing
not
will
in your
be is
condition.
that Levy doesn't like shooting from very far from the post. Unless the shooter's willing to do it with enough room for you to actually lift and jump, then
Contact outside.
City can't use it. I'm sure they've toyed with it.
Encouragement for Ekanasio from Falau. You'd have to think this is probably Taurua's #1 shooting combination. This will be the last outing for the Ferns ahead of that all-important first game against Malawi.
Obstruction.
Just like to see a little bit more movement from Kopua, just sitting on the back of Levy there, even though there's not much you can do, just creating that little bit of movement and maybe a little bit of doubt or inaccuracy in the feed into him. Oh, Falau did well to stay in court.
Contact hole goalkeeper. Yes. There's obstruction. Both players out. Get up for the boards. Get up for the boards. Get up for the boards.
And look at this from Falau.
That's pretty
Fancy
skillful,
footwork.
actually.
So wide Levy doesn't want to shoot from there, I don't know.
Well, he's just inviting the defenders to have an extra dabble at the ball, isn't he? Or get it off them, as Jane Watson just did.
Whatever he's doing, he's super entertaining to watch.
Barney's goal attack obstruction.
Oh, Cruz. Good pressure over the ball, good knowing of the timing, reading the play.
Barney's obstruction.
That is brilliant.
Contact, win defense, play on.
Great chasing from Kopua.
Beautiful example of snowballing. A player comes out for the ball, backed up by Kopua coming in.
Yeah.
Just so unfortunate.
Just the luck of the bounce here.
Pull it in.
Barney's obstruction, goal defense.
That was lucky. A little bit too much air time on it for my liking.
Wow, what a first quarter. It is living up to all it promised. It is the first 15 minutes gone. It's the men leading the Silver Ferns 16-11.
if we can get behind and push them up, because when they're on circle edge, it's done deal for these guys. So that more that we push them up, we're just going to get the shoot around. Yeah? So put them up, get around, push them up. Yeah, and then we know what that is. Casey, on your positioning, because I was saying to these guys, when it gets to circle edge, it's done deal. So what we want to do is get a position so you're pushing them out, and we want two shooters out as much as, one shooter out as much as possible.
Well, Anna Harrison, you probably agree with that, wouldn't you? Do the work further up the court, because otherwise it's good night, nurse.
Yeah, it is, and hopefully Levy comes out, and then you want to see Watson really pressure his catch or try and keep him out. So it'll be interesting to see how they can put that into practice. Not too much in it, apart from the attempts. The percentage is so high, so really it's the men that have had 5 more attempts, and it's showing in the score. Is looking even. The men will need to watch their penalties, but it is only the first quarter, so really exciting start to the game. So nice looking through those stats. It's such a high percentage overall. Amelia and Ignacio just low, but playing a great supporting role. Maria Folau just stepping up, and Hundy in the first quarter.
It's a funny percentage that, isn't it? 67%. She missed 1 goal.
Yeah,
it's just the way the numbers go.
Yeah, that's why you can't just glance at stats like that and just tell a game.
Second quarter away. It is the men leading the Silver Ferns 16-11, men in possession. No changes from either side. Berger over the back.
Great pick up, back up by Langman.
Large structure with attack.
Karen Berger, another who's had a fine series, showing why she's in this World Cup squad.
She's so strong in the air, so strong at that driving back, backing up, and coming through for the ball. She really is an all-round player.
That was a bit, too floaty.
Yeah,
Crampton.
Floating and slowed up.
Yeah, short and fast.
And that's how Casey Korpur does it.
Langman hanging out wide to come in when she's needed like that. You could either say good patience from the Silver Ferns or good defence from the New Zealand men.
Daniel Rich, he'll be pretty pleased with his efforts.
Contact. Taken.
It's taken.
Silver Ferns.
I don't know why Folau didn't chase it, but she realised it was off the men.
I guess one great thing about playing the men is they really show if you're standing asking for the ball, because they're so powerful and fast at coming through.
This is why playing them means such good preparation for the Silver Ferns heading to the World Cup. They've just got to have that intensity with everything, going into the ball on attack and defence.
I'd like to see what's in that book of Debbie Fuller's.
Obstruction, goal attack.
And I hope you've got your recording machine set. If you aren't going to watch it live, July 12, World Cup.
Contact, New Zealand centre, advantage offside, men's centre. That's it.
And the beauty is that each and every game live on Sky Sport. And this is the sort of action you'll be seeing. Shannon Saunders waiting her turn. 16-13. That's a great pass, isn't it?
Yep, he's the one, Powell, out of this men's side that will turn and look in.
Just snappy little pass, and there's Cruz Taringa.
Oh, too much on it for Tangata.
Large obstruction, goal attack.
Ignacio finding herself in plenty of space.
Obstruction centre. Contact, goalkeeper. Obstruction.
Folau yet to miss a goal, 11 from 11.
Dame Lois Muir with plenty to say in the crowd.
Contact with defence.
Marvellous time for the members of the 1979 Silver Ferns. What a weekend they will have had. Just the one miss for the men so far. Langman probably feared for her head then. Oh, Weteri, you can see what he was trying to do.
Trying to reach over the top, but...
Large obstruction with defence.
Nice popping back there.
Men, goal third.
Oh, I thought that came off the men team then, but I'm not an umpire. Here they go right back again to reset, give them space to come into. Ferns really trying to fill up that middle. It's Great to see Watson attack that pass, and that's one of the best bets when it gets that close to circle edge. Attack the feeder.
Langman having to wait.
Barney's contact
Ignacio
centre.
in the nick of time.
Barney's obstruction centre.
Ignacio doing a power of work to create space.
She's relatively quiet, wasn't she, in that first quarter, but she's come into her own in this one. 19-16, men in front, women in black.
Yeah, so they're trying to do the jump, but it's so hard when they shoot so close to the hoop.
So the Bruises fan club.
Very short passing cut from Langman there.
Yeah, boy, they're making the Ferns work, aren't they? Great defensive pressure from Wekuri. Rich. Yep. Bell's picking up early and trying to cut off those drives.
Well, how many passes did Langman take in that little portion of play to be finished by Ignacio?
And great patience shown.
Coco and he set off the back.
Plenty of messages from this big crowd here at Takanini. For both teams, actually.
Bella's doing a really great job on Crampton there, just really cutting off her short that she loves to get. Crampton's just reluctant to go long.
Oh, Ignacio just about ends up on the score bench.
Barney shooter contact goal shoot up.
Spell. Having that one-handed pass lined up. Just got to be really careful that the Ferns don't pack back there and just let the top be rolled. He's shooting well at the moment.
He likes his one-arm pass, doesn't he, Cameron Cowell?
Yeah.
Winds up.
Goalkeeper.
Run that front, Casey.
So a little run from the men. They've scored the last three.
Langman getting great positioning on that circle edge.
Well, that might have been a bit generous of the timing department. Cracking goal.
He's really putting that step back to practice for the Ferns.
Oh, great block, Langman. No way through. Great work, Silver Fern defenders.
And that was great applied pressure from the Silver Ferns.
Good split, great baseline timing from Folau.
Contact goalkeeper.
Good hands from Ignacio. She had to go hard for that one.
It is risky to put any bit of airtime on the ball.
Contact.
Oh, that was hard for Rich. He had a good distance, but just moved his hand a little bit. That's all you need to do. Ooh!
See a change here in the wing attack position. Crampton off and Saunders on at wing attack. So as you said, Anna, Bell doing a great job on Crampton. Forced her to the bench.
Contact goal defence.
That's another knock for Ignacio. She looked a bit tender a moment ago.
It's always amusing when Folau yells off, but she still gets it. She's getting a few knocks on her back there. Jeffrey's just getting a little bit too much room to come into the circle there and roll the top. So I'd like to see a little bit more work done on him to hold him up, hold up his timing. Just for a millisecond changes it, the attacking flow.
So there's Casey Kulpur's greatest fan. Well, probably two greatest fans, actually. Husband and daughter. Oh, well
That
done,
was a big ask.
Saunders.
New Zealand.
Just need to pull those D apart a little bit. The Ferns, they're just getting a little bit stagnant. And those two defenders can cover both of them. That was better from Ekenasio, pulled away.
And it was a good fake from Saunders.
Gee, it's Tolan in the circle.
Bad fight, wing defense, bad distraction.
Yeah, Saunders doing nice work keeping that ball alive.
She's doing a good job in that wing attack position. Of course, used to seeing her in at centre for the steal, but she's made that move into that
Bad
shorter,
distraction,
sharper
goalkeeper.
role of the wing attack position very well.
Jeffries did a great job of waiting until Watson jumped in and then just burned around her. It's not a nice feeling when you're a defender in the air and they're carving you up already.
Contact, wing defence. Beside the wing defence.
Yeah, nice quick hands from Ekenasio.
Obstruction. Goal defence out of play.
It was interesting watching in the warm-up Maria Folau and Selby Rickett practicing, getting away, getting free, and the
Wing
defender
defence,
Folau
contact.
absolutely giving it to Selby Rickett, pushing,
Wing
pulling,
defence,
giving all sorts of
wing defence beside.
Nudges.
versions of what it was going to be like.
The best way, you've got to simulate it in the warm-ups. What you're going
Bad
to get
difra-
and face
Centre
in a game
obstruction.
situation.
Outside. It's centre. It's centre. Yep.
The Kopo did a great job of pushing Jeffries right up, put him in a short pass.
Goal defence obstruction from the ground.
Raymond just getting called.
Yep.
Raymond again coming back to help.
No shooter in the circle at the moment.
Obstruction
Yeah,
centre.
Ekenasio Folau getting caught on the same side. Great defensive pressure
Where you
from
are.
Weteri and Rich.
Just a little bit stinging
Hold
again.
goal defence contact.
It's just such a risky pass over those
Fingertip
aerial
stuff too
men.
from Weteri.
Oh, beautiful, Ekenasio.
That was better to pull from
Obstruction.
Folau out and Ekanasio's footwork to come round and use that little gap.
Great short, sharp footwork from Ekenasio. Get that front cut. See here, Folau pulling out, giving Ekenasio the space. Come in for that front cut.
Oh, here's a little chance for the Silver Ferns, breaking.
Critical moment for the Ferns, just to peg one back and then have the next centre pass before they go into half-time.
They drew level in their clash the other night and then couldn't maintain it.
Ekenasio really trying to hold some space there.
Throw in New Zealand.
And that's the danger with the shooters when they hold for too long and they don't actually pull the defender away from hunting the other stuff that's around. It's a good pass away from the defender there
Second
to the
jump
base,
goal
over to the
defence.
baseline.
Maria Folau is on 16 from 16.
Fine
Impressive
game.
stuff. Yeah. Given the pressure that she's under, not only to get the ball, but then when she's shooting it, she's got two towering defenders flying at her.
Berger in to help.
It's an important one here for the Ferns.
The Ferns winning this quarter, 13-10.
Oh, Folau, nice under pressure.
They close to within one.
Big ask.
Not much you can do about that.
Yeah, Jane
Poor
just,
Jane.
Watson just, I guess she was trying to roll around, but it doesn't work when he's 7'2". She's got to give herself room to run onto it. A little bit of inaccuracy in that pass. Rich nearly got a hand to that. He was having to go at the feed on the outside. Good option by him.
Contact, goal defence on her arm.
Yeah, Daniel Rich right down the arm.
She's toying with the 3 seconds. Folau.
She certainly is.
Men's.
Ferns will be aware of the time, the last 30 seconds to try and hold this up.
Structure, we defend.
Kopua and Watson both sort of dropped back in. It was nice taking the gap from Levy. That's that movement that you talk about, not just going to stand, he'll hop forward, offer to the ball as well.
Structure, wing attack.
Heaps of time for the Ferns to score, but it is not idea to keep going backwards.
Barney's contact, wing attack.
Great,
Contact,
great
centre.
work from Berger, getting in the right position. Falau's going to have to do one of her long bombs.
Obstruction.
How good is that? That's
Brilliant.
why she is a favourite with this team. Maria Falau on the buzzer of half-time. Look at this, nerves of steel. So, half-time, it's the men by 1, 28-27.
Please welcome back out Jace Dance.
Side centre. Barney's wing defence obstruction.
Yes, up! Good girl.
Barney's obstruction.
Attack obstruction.
Only 2 quarters remaining in the Cadbury Netball Series. Yes, 1 goal in it, 27-28 in favour of the New Zealand men's team. after the first half against the Silver Ferns in your grand final. How good was this one, Anna?
So good, and it's really good for the Ferns to recognise that critical moment where it was just branching out a little bit, but they brought it back in, and it's a close game. It's exciting.
What's really impressing me from the sideline is watching them communicate and adjust on the fly throughout against this men's side.
Yeah, there's a lot of talk going on. It's what you want to see, that connection, and the defence as well. They're having little communications, and it's showing in their defence.
Lead us in nicely there. Let's speak on that defence for your Silver Ferns side. How impressive have they been? Monumentous from Jane Watts and Karen Berger once again in case.
Yeah, brilliant stuff. A real team effort. You're seeing the miss, someone go out, someone cover them. The work in front from Berger, who's getting ball herself, but also with Langman. So it's really a pleasure to watch.
On fire on the other end as well with Maria Folau and her shooting stats at the moment. But in the defensive end, they're working so hard. They've got that mental deprivation, physical deprivation. To see them pulling through right through that half will make you very pleased.
I am very pleased. Again, they're working together as a team, and that's what you want to see. So the coaches are doing a great job.
Something we were looking forward to before this one was the battle between Cruz and Laura. How good has this been also?
Oh, so good. It's so good for Cruz to step up and show what he's got, and against a world-class player like Langman. Definitely keep your eye on it and the work that they're doing on and off the ball. Langman's doing a good job of just staying wide and out to take Cruz out of it a little bit and coming in when she's needed, but it's a great matchup.
In Nolene's beautiful direct way that she does, what do you think some of her key messages to this Ferns squad will be for their final half before they leave for England?
Well, I think she'll just be looking for them to continue on with those connections and that teamwork. They have had to go back a few times, but you can argue that that's patience and resetting rather than they're not getting it in and freaking out. So it's good to see from them.
One goal in it. Can the New Zealand men push for the second half and get the chocolates, you think?
The men, I'm still going for the Ferns. I really think, again, they've combined well and we've seen some great progress. And it will be a key for the men to be able to, again, that composure in the second half, a big game for them.
It's the grand final. It's the rematch we were all waiting for. Half-time at the moment. One goal in it in favour of the New Zealand men. When we return, the second half, right after this.
28-27. The men over the Silver Ferns at halftime. Let's hear from Maria Folau. She's with Annie.
Well, Maria, you won that quarter by 4. How do you put your foot down in this half?
Oh, God, I tell you what, it's like a pinball machine in that circle. They're just absolutely outstanding. We just got to continue to really stick to the structures. It's really hard when they're so dominant and they're so strong on the body, but this is great prep for us come World Cup.
How confident are you that you can beat them here today?
Oh, look, we're always very confident. Not arrogant, but very, very confident. But, I mean, this is another stepping stone to what we'll be up against in Liverpool.
Can I just say, you're sitting on 19 from 19, 100%. Keep shooting. Go well.
Oh, okay. Thanks, Steph.
A little bit of advice there from the former captain. I don't think she probably needed it, but absolutely 100% shooting under all sorts of pressure. But now let's go down again and hear from Michelle Viau, one of the coaches of the men's team.
Well, Michelle, the Ferns brought it back that quarter. What was your message to your team in the changing rooms?
Quite simple, pass to the same team and keep it on court. No, we're just the crowd's really getting into it now and supporting the Ferns, so we're trying to absorb the pressure and go back to the game plan.
It's been a hard 4 days for your side. Do you think they've got the legs to run it out?
They've definitely got the heart. We'll see what the legs can do in the second half, but we've definitely got belief as a group.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Well, that's a very croaky Michelle Viau. I'm sure she's doing an awful lot of yelling on the sideline.
Well, the stats, there's really nothing in it, which is making it a really exciting game, so it will be key of how the men can maintain that intensity. But you have to say, attempts, I can't get my eyes past the shooting stats. It is such a high percentage from both teams, and particularly impressed with the Silver Ferns. We haven't seen that sort of percentage for a while, and as was touched on, Maria Folau, just outstanding, 19 from 19 in that first half, and Ignacio really stepped up in that second quarter as well.
So no changes for the Silver Ferns, but a few for the men's team. Wikiti gone from goal keep to goal attack. There's Joe Tukaki, he's on at goal keeper. And here's a very small ball deliverer. Neve Whitey, just 5. We're all ready. Third quarter underway. The New Zealand men leading the Silver Ferns by 1, 28-27. It's been a thrilling first half. This man is picking up where he left off. Junior Levy.
It's the old championship quarter here, so it'll be a good test for both teams and how they can maintain the intensity.
There's the new players for the men. White on goal defence.
Fresh legs for them. Try something new on the shooting circle. Oh, what's a nice roll around.
Yeah, I must admit, I love Wesley at goal keep, but boy, he's smart in that goal attack position, isn't he? He's got great vision.
Well, there's a collision between two Ferns defenders.
Everyone set up in their seat a little bit then.
Nice timing from Folau.
She's in the zone, isn't she, Folau? Shivers, she's crisp with her movements. She's on point with her accuracy.
Great goal defence. New Zealand.
And Watson will be feeling that. It's coming a little bit easier into Levy now, so something needs to change. A little bit more pressure up the front.
Goal attack obstruction.
She needs to get off the body.
Contact, wing attack.
So Casey Colport, former captain, of course. This is her swan song, this World Cup campaign.
Tukaki read that well. That was a nice coming out for that ball.
Great pressure from Bell and Tangata on the outside.
one way, then the other for the Ferns as they try to get this ball in, and they can't. Tukaki comes up with it.
Hard work for the Ferns there. The men were just applying that pressure constantly. Better to see Watson come off, Kopua coming in.
Yeah, again, it was Bell, great tip. Chased up by Tukaki.
Watson doing her best to keep Levy up high. Oh. I think one of their foot was stuck there.
A run of 3 for the men, 34-28. They've made a good start to this third quarter. Remember, the margin was just 1 a few moments ago.
Advantage obstruction centre.
That was a good pop out from Ignacio, but the timing just missed from Folau. But she does the job herself.
Advantage break, wing attack.
That's good. Holding the ball out with Kopua, hands over that. Again. Yeah, I'd like to see Watson, if she is going to be one-on-one, she really needs to take herself off the body and try and get that pass to be a bit lower so the feeder thinks that that space is there, but they're not.
It'll be interesting to see how long Taurua waits before making any more changes. She's made the one with Saunders in for Crampton.
Contact on the ball. Half a shot.
She said, didn't she, pre-match that you know, it was a balance.
Contact on the ball. The goal count.
It's such a tough call in terms of, do you leave your lineup on that you want to see how they can get out of it and adjust, or do you make those changes? Coaches, you know, constant challenge.
Again, the silky hands and vision of Wekari in at goal attack.
I think it's a sign that Kopua needs to stay on him really high when he's up, so they can't have that vision to the circle.
Advantage obstruction, wing attack.
What I would like to see more of down this attacking for the Ferns is that deception when they do, you know, use those ball fakes and balk. It actually, you know, gets rid of the men.
Yeah, they commit, don't they?
Yeah,
The couple that Langman's done are quite fakeable, aren't they?
Yeah, gullible.
Nice play from the Silver Ferns, but still they trail by 5. That great run of goals that the men had at the start of this quarter.
New Zealand.
Sokolich beats in and has just got off the bench and gone for a little jog.
I guess the question then is, where do you think she'll come in? Wing defence, goal defence? Well, Langman knew she couldn't go any further.
Berger doing her best to mess that up. You know, much as I love her, I almost would like to see a change at goal defence and see something different happen there, the pressure that can be applied further out, or just, yeah.
Do you put Kopua back in at goal keep, give her a shot against Levy and bring Sokolich on at GD?
Well, I guess everyone's, I mean, this is the time to try it. If you do bring on either Kalako or Sokolich beats, then you're going to take some height out, but it'd be good to see that if it really matters if you confuse the space enough and you do the work out the front. Or whether you do put her back for that experience for Kopua.
I've got to say, some of the skills on display are breathtaking.
By one, Silver Ferns. Just here. Advantage offside.
Another nice long baseline shot from Folau.
Advantage break, wing attack.
Advantage contact centre.
That was a messy bit of play from the men there, but good pick up for the Ferns and a time to really score and peg one back.
Good talking from Kopua. I'm right behind you. That's the support you want. You want to know your teammates are there.
Oh, you. That's you.
Nice high confidence shot after the jump from Ignacio.
See at the top of your screen, just gone off your screen, Michaela Sokolic-Beaton, wing defence bib on her chest. And behind her, Tapia Selby-Rickett. Goal attack. Yeah, look, we've talked about it, haven't we? It's been close.
Barney's offside wing.
Good quick hands from Powell.
Men's.
Fairly substantial shoulder strapping
Barney's
for
obstruction and
Sokolic-Beaton.
offside wing defence.
Watson nearly got a hand to that. But that's the kind of ball you want to try and create, is that lower one, so you've got a chance. I find this fascinating that Michaela Sokolic-Beaton, I mean, she's playing great, but she's not meant to be in this team. So I'm absolutely surprised in this scenario that we're not seeing Kalaka or, well, it's really only Kalaka that can come on.
Well, I guess that the backstory to that, isn't it, that she's in that team because Katrina Rore is under a real injury cloud. I think a decision is going to be made on Monday as to whether or not she'll be able to go to Liverpool.
Perhaps we don't know just how significant that injury is.
It kind of almost implies that, doesn't
Implies
it?
that Katrina may not be going. Who knows? Find out tomorrow.
And look, that would just be heartbreaking.
Pause goalkeeper. Coming
After
goalkeeper.
all she's been through and the season
One
that
step
she's
back,
had.
goal shooter. No, one step back.
And given
just
it,
there.
would be her last World Cup.
Levy just trying to be cheeky there and taking the penalty right under the post. Stepped in anyway, so.
Barney's breaking goal attack.
Oh, telegraphed that pass there, Selby-Rickett. Men read that well.
And hard coming in cold to a game, rather, of this intensity.
You just need to, when you come in, just make sure of your first few passes. Play the safe card.
How many times has Falau shot from that position, I'd like to know? It seems to be his go-to.
And this is the top that I love. I can and I will. Good motto
Barney's contact.
for this
Wing
team
defence
going
contact.
to the World Cup.
It's a cricket bowl there from Powell.
New Zealand.
Wing defence break.
A few of the All-Stars players
It's in the centre,
staying
third
around
centre.
to watch the final.
No.
Godsmark
Silverton.
White coming round.
Yeah, Selby-Rickett just slowing up a little bit too much, emphasises that you just can't
Just
slow
where you
or
are now.
stop and ask for the ball against these guys.
Barney's offside.
Or against Australia, actually, what they're going into in the Worlds.
Saunders going flying out the side.
That's you.
Oh, that's encouraging for Selby-Rickett.
Yeah, really nice first long shot for her.
And here's the switch back. Korpo is going to have a run at GK with Karaka in at GD.
So Watson to the bench. And that's another gutsy display from Jane Watson. 4 deflections, 2 intercepts against this man. No small feat.
New Zealand.
Nice drive there from Selby-Rickett to open that up and draw. And great vision from Langman.
Barney's break.
Again, it was another fake. Langman faked Tukaki out.
How lined his arm up. Oh, that was Godsmark White. Good looking long, but
The old nod from Sokolic-Beaton. Get back.
Oh, great positioning from Saunders.
and Selby-Rickett faked that a little bit too. Let it get past.
Into the final 3 minutes, Kayla Cullen likes the shooting. of Maria Flowers. I think everyone does at the moment. 44-38.
Back with
And she
men.
is still sitting on 100%,
Players, come
27 from 27,
One step
absolutely
back.
outstanding.
Just there.
Haraka waits.
Contact, goal attack.
Bilal just trying to hold her ground at the top to either come out or use that baseline that she's shooting so well from. Eyes only for Langman there, though. Didn't even turn to look anywhere else.
Beautiful pass.
Is poetry.
Advantage obstruction.
Misses the one under the hoop.
That was such a beautiful move. Oh,
That's
a
it.
full pirouette.
Kotor would have known that that shot he wasn't going to turn to the hoop that far out. The men really applying that pressure early on up the court.
Throw in men's.
And it paid off for them. Defenders will love that. Never got to them. Attackers did all the work.
Barnage offside. Calls wing defence.
Douglas Beaton just trying to keep up and sticking a leg out to trip.
Barnage moving off wing
Screws up.
defence.
Oh. Well, the posts have taken a pounding this afternoon.
Men's. Barnage obstruction, goal defence.
Great ball. It's a long pass back.
Oh, great skills from Wetiri.
Goal defence obstruction. New
Into the
Zealand.
final minute of this third quarter, a very good quarter for the men. Look at that, 18-11. Real statement.
Offside centre.
That's you!
Yeah, I think it's been a great move from the men's coaches to bring on that new defensive lineup, although they were doing well. Those fresh legs, the intensity has really worked those Ferns shooters hard.
Throw in men's.
Good effort, Selby Rickett.
Barnage obstruction, wing defence.
Once again, needs a bit more movement if they're going to be
New
2-on-1. He's too tall to stand. You need to create an error in the pass and
Wing attack
feed
obstruction.
or misplacement.
Contact.
Now we'll get the penalty shot.
Contact. You. Pass or shot.
Nice exchange.
Goal count.
Contact who? You. And that is the end of the third quarter. As I mentioned, very good quarter for the men's team. They lead the Silver Ferns 47-40.
by a couple. So all you need to do now is keep it basic. Score your own, nothing else. You stay in. 'Cause look what, remember what we said in the changing room. What happens when you come out? You stay there. You hold the space. You spring the ball through. Use the pulley system if you need to. Pop it up. It's working well. That's what works. So you stay with what works. On the back line, you're this close. Here. Do you know when you're doing it? Don't drift off them and go to the centre. Stay on the player. I bet you get a held ball. Let's go. Good work. Good work. Excellent work. Yeah.
Cool, calm message from David Pala'amo telling Junior Levy, does work better when you stay back under the goal.
Especially when you're getting that long pass, looking in early. Again, the shooting percentages are stand out for me. The New Zealand men in particular are doing great there. A little bit of a slip for the Silver Ferns in their intensity, so they'll be looking to come out. It's still possible for them, but they'll need a big quarter. Penalties is more for the men they need to watch, but nice and tidy from the Silver Ferns. And then you have Maria Folau, just missed that one shot in that quarter, so 97%, but outstanding by her. Selby Ricketts come on to have a run and see what she can do, taking it into the fourth quarter. And Levy, of course, is the tower of accuracy for the men in there with the supporting role of his goal attacks around him.
The final quarter of the Cadbury Netball Series underway. The men leading the Silver Ferns 47-40. And you've got to say, it's been a couple of games or a series really played in fantastic spirit.
Yeah, it has lots of smiles, everyone's enjoying themselves, and you know you play your best when you're enjoying yourself, so it's what you want to see.
Maya Kopua might have seen enough.
Yeah, someone's getting sleepy.
Offside, wing defence. Barney's contact, wing defence.
Folau just getting that foot closer, but it's enough to still sing that long shot in a comfort zone.
Wettery goes back, Bell.
Oh, Soklich beats in. Trademark intercept coming from behind him, towering through.
Clever play from Folau, letting it bounce. That extra bit to get herself closer to the goal. As we see, Soklich beats him, powering through for that intercept.
Yeah, power left, not moving his feet. Ferns need to pick up a few more. Clever from Selby Rickett.
Oh, Godsmoke. White just creating that doubt and that hesitation, but Folau being under pressure, calm.
So a run of 3 for the Ferns. They close the margin to 5.
Saunders coming out late for that best phase.
Obstruction.
Would have been borderline held.
Yeah, Tukaki was doing well, wasn't he?
Barney's break, wing defence.
The right idea for that defence, playing off the body. Get maybe a little bit more movement in there so the pass isn't so accurate.
Fine constructive goal attack.
Oh, lovely long lead in.
Yeah, it was a good option of pass from Selby Rickett, a long bounce.
Men's.
Nice footwork from Levy, but Wettery came in.
Oh, great work from the Silver Fern defenders.
Yeah, great option to flick it out. You're not going to be able to pull that in when you've got Levy to come up over the top of you, so good control from Kopua.
I think she exhausted everything that she had, Kopua, to get that.
Watch this.
almost looked like that was Levy's hand now from that angle. Trying to flick it to his own teammate. We'll give Casey the credit.
Contact, goalkeeper.
So opportunity here, Tukaki out of the circle, 2-on-1. Margin is 3. The men now need to stop this run by the Silver Ferns.
Large obstruction centre. That's obstruction goalkeeper. Where the goalkeeper is. Yep, that's it.
What's Kalaka going to do? She's going to... Yeah, nothing much she can do.
Oh, that must be demoralising as a defender. Good to see the smiles.
Yeah, laugh it off.
Yeah.
On to the next thing.
Yeah, good support from Kalaka on the transverse.
I'll tell you who I've been impressed with down here is Saunders in at wing attack. I think she's nearly taking Crampton's #1 spot. And leading into the World Cup, she's been consistent.
On that jump, you're stepping in shortly.
Darked himself for that. There's really good pressure. It's just that 3rd second.
I think Folau liked that call.
Barney's break, goal defence.
Well, it was 4 goals the difference 2 nights ago.
Contact, goal third.
A little late from Karaka.
So a big ask here. Yeah, right idea for Kalaka to sprint straight to Levy. Have a talk at it.
Barney's break, goal and wing attack. Barney's wing attack obstruction.
Well, of course, the player, too, who we've barely mentioned or talked about, Langman, absolute workhorse tonight. She's taken just about every second pass.
Yeah, she plays well when she has ball in hand, so she's doing power work to make that happen.
And incredible tonight, that is Selby Ricketts' 2nd goal and 2nd attempt.
Yeah, I think at times we just don't talk about Langman because we just expect so much from her at times, which is really unfair. But she's such the engine room of the Silver Ferns outfit. As you say, she's involved in a lot of play down court, both on attack and defence. She's what you want in a leader. Leads from the front.
Oh, a great lean. Bilals just knows that he's there.
Throwing men's.
Offloading, and that's what you get.
There's a wonderful player who plays for Trinidad and Tobago. You probably both played against her, Rhonda John Davis. She's coming up to her 6th World Cup, and they call her Eye in the Sky because she controls everything.
So great.
And Langman is just a little bit like that. Nicely tidied by Wetherby.
Wetherby is right out there. I'd really like to see more pressure on him. I think he's just had a little bit too much space. Again, he's got such great accuracy and a pass into Levy. I don't think you can afford to let him run around and have that freedom of timing and movement.
Junior Manapuri on the right there. We haven't seen him on court yet.
It's a tangle of bodies there, you can see, but
everyone holds their breath when Korpoa goes on the ground, don't they?
Towel, please. Towel.
This is how, oh, that was, well, he barreled into her.
Karaka got in on the show.
It was actually a great example of Kalaka should have stayed up and wetted it there to make sure that pass into Levy wasn't a free vision.
Cool, thanks.
It's a couple of great times Korpoa has hit the floor tonight, hard.
A beautiful feed again. Saunders.
Contact.
Yeah, great from Folau to meet and then roll back into that space she created.
Men's. Barney's wing attack, great.
Oh, Sokoloch Peyton was Just about turning herself inside out to try and get that.
Barney's break, wing defence.
Well, sleighted hand,
Barney's
barely saw that ball
contact
from
centre.
Selby Rickett.
Hands. Hold time, New Zealand keeper.
Raft of changes. And Berger over to goal defence.
Jane Watson back on Levy.
Contact goal third. With the goal defence.
Straight away you see Watson
With the goal
moving
defence.
around, trying to just create the different angle. Oh, and that's the pass she wants to create, that lower one that you've actually got a chance of getting.
Well, she's a sucker for punishment, isn't she, Jane Watson? Come back on for more.
Contact centre.
No, you wouldn't be in the team unless you wanted to come back on for more.
Possession, wing defence.
So good pick up for Kevin Bell.
He's had a solid game, hasn't he, Bell? He's been there every pass. One hand to the other.
Almost looked like a water polo catch.
Yeah. Wind up from Powell.
Away hand, nice away hand.
Look at that, look at that. Great skills from Levy.
There's Lehman just staying out that wide, just to be the outlet when she's needed.
Wow, look at this, back to
Nice
Watson.
obstruction.
Yeah, Friends having to go back and forth across, trying to create that space. A nice pass from Folau, nice roll into the space from Selby Rickett. Last 4.5 sort of minutes, the defense really need to pick it up and get some ball.
Yeah. Contact, up, down low. Step up, goal, one step up, goal defence. With the goal defence.
Even when he steps in, it's hard to obstruct that ball's path to the hoop.
I wonder if that team of 79 are wondering how they would have gone against the men, although I suppose even in that day they probably practiced against men.
I would love to know what their strategy was and their thoughts. Allows second miss, third. Nice movement from the Ferns defence there.
All time, Powell.
They'd be just asking for the floor to be wide. But great attacking the ball from Jane and good coming in. It's a little bit on the body probably. Too much from Berger.
Yeah.
Well, Karen Berger, of course, has the notoriety of being sent off in her first test, which I think was ably helped by Joe Harton, who you have to say was a bit of gamesmanship to get the call, but nevertheless. One thing I was impressed by Berger, though, in that quad series game is she came back on and just went about her business and played well.
Tidied it up, and that's exactly what you would have wanted to see from her, so full credit for her to be able to do that.
Hold time, men's wing defence.
Yeah, impressive young woman, Karen Berger. Kevin Bell gets a rest on. Comes rather Jamie Brown.
Contact.
And the men open up a 10-goal lead.
Barney's wing attack obstruction. Wing attack contact.
Oh, like a slot machine.
Good cutting off from Watson there so that they couldn't get that front. And again, looks like a bounce pass from the shoulder from Cruz there into Levy. Pass into space.
A huge lead from Joe Tukaki.
Levy's wide away from home. And just able to come in where he wants to in the circle, so you really got to meet him early and hold up that timing. Stockledge beats and goes for a slide.
Oh, Jane Watson. Watch this.
Good footwork.
Yeah.
Just couldn't keep it in.
Primary attack.
And here comes the senior man of the team, Junior Manapuri.
Well, the crowd's happy about that.
Well, it's a nice touch, isn't it? He's been on the bench most of the last 4 days, so an opportunity for him
Contact causing goal defence.
to get on and be part of this victory.
Yes, goal attack. Goal defence, stand beside.
Oh,
You're in front of him
Legman,
there.
good effort.
Yes.
Into the final minute, 65-53. The men, well, they've increased their advantage over the Ferns. But it's been another high-octane game.
Great lean there, great pressure on Folau to have to offload that.
Barney wing defence contact.
Great timing and split there into the right space from Folau.
Men's.
They're on a very impressive percentage of 93%, 40 from 43 Folau.
Inside the circle.
Oh, Watson will be darking herself, just eyes up a bit late. It's the kind of pass that she's been trying to create.
Construction goal defence. Barney's contact, centre.
Well, the men have reigned supreme. 66-54 over the Silver Ferns. And another superb performance, superb display of netball.
It's been a pleasure to watch, and men, what an opportunity it's been for them over the last few days, and to finish with a win, they'll be absolutely excited. And although I would have liked to see the Ferns win, I'm chuffed for the guys and all the hard work that they've done and the recognition that they can now get.
And those are lovely pictures there of Nolene Taurua with the two coaches. Taurua, I think, largely responsible, the driver for this game, getting put on TV, being put on this court, so people can come and pay and watch.
And again, because of these shots, you can see that there's just so much friendship already there. Like, these are the guys that we've trained with in our regions. So it's just a pleasure. So good.
Just saying to Cruzy, that game that we really wish we could pick you guys in our suitcase and take you.
We're ready.
We couldn't have asked for it better, Brett. We really, really appreciate you guys taking time off work, coming in and giving us a hard tussle. So, man, you guys are amazing. I really wish we could come reception and serve for us.
Yeah.
But first, 3 cheers for NZ, man. Come on, man.
Just on behalf of the men, I can't emphasise how much respect we have for you players, you mana wahine, you're strong ladies, and we wish you all the best going into your World campaign. Thank you for having us. We're so humbled and grateful to be here to share this experience with you all. New Zealand man, 3 cheers for the Ferns. Hup, hup, hup.
One for the ups.
Well, great words there from both captains. It shows what this game means. And let's drop down now to hear from Victor Godsmakma-White.
Well, Victor, congratulations. A massive performance from your side. How are you feeling right now?
Yeah, a little bit exhausted. It's been a long 4 days, so I can relate to what the girls go through at World Cup. But totally elated just with the whole setup and the whole week. It's been amazing for men's netball and for the Silver Ferns for their build-up for World Cup.
So what has this meant for men's netball? I mean, moving forward, where would you like to see this go for you guys?
Yeah, I guess over the next couple of years it'll be great to see if we can get a permanent fixture against the Ferns and maybe some other women's teams. It's just a massive milestone for men's netball, and we're so appreciative to the Silver Ferns for giving us that go.
And I guess, you know, you've played the Silver Ferns now. I mean, how confident are you that they can head to the World Cup and do well?
Yeah, when the team was named, I was confident, but playing against the girls, they're just looking next level at the moment. So I'm pretty confident that they'll go all the way.
And I mean, you're huffing and puffing here, Victor. I mean, is it different playing the women to the men in terms of fitness for you guys?
Oh, in terms of fitness, absolutely. And just their structure, they're very powerful as well. So, you know, they get that extra movement on us, and the release of the ball is amazing. So it is completely different, but still a bit the same.
And I guess what's the biggest learning that your team and your players can take from this series?
Yeah, I think just that if we want to get to the elite level that the Ferns are at in terms of fitness, structure and whatnot, then we need to just do a little bit more work away from the court.
Congratulations. We've loved watching your guys' skill and flair out on court. Thanks for your efforts.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks very much. Cheers.
So fabulous scenes here at Pullman Arena in Takanini. There is Junior Levy. He did so much, David, contributed to these numbers big time.
Yeah, the men really took it home in that last half, and particularly in that third quarter. And you can see there the shooting percentage is outstanding for both teams. It was a really low turnover, that both teams have been very disciplined, which meant not too many balls intercepts, but they still had some beautiful intercepts at some times. And again there, Maria Folau just shooting such a huge load, as is her opposite goal shoot in Junior Levy. It was great to watch the support from the goal attacks.
Well, here, as the players gather themselves, it is now time for the presentation after the end of the series.
Tēnā koutou katoa, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. I'm Jake O'Flaherty. It's my pleasure to welcome you to the official presentation of the 2019 Cadbury Netball Series. Thanks to the support of our invaluable partners and sponsors of this fantastic event, over the last 4 days, we've been able to bring you the excitement, passion and drama of sport here at the Cadbury Netball Series. Today's matches saw the culmination of final preparations for the Silver Ferns and Fiji Pearls, as they will be heading to the Vitality Netball World Cup soon, while allowing us to showcase the talent of the New Zealand men and All-Stars teams. I'd now like to acknowledge here on court with me now from Netball New Zealand Board Chair Alison Ferguson and Chief Executive Jenny Wiley. I'd like to invite Jenny forward to say a few words on behalf of Netball New Zealand.
Kia ora tātou. Thank you to everyone that has been here with us tonight, all week, and for those that have been watching at home. I think we can all say that this Cadbury series has been an absolute success. And I just want to take the chance to say to Nolene, Laura and the team, they head off on Wednesday to Liverpool, and I think everyone here has played such a massive role in wishing them all the best for 2019 Netball World Cup. Fantastic preparation, such a spectacle, and we've all witnessed some amazing netball over the last 4 days. I'd like to acknowledge Fiji, Bula, hey, and wish you all the very best in your campaign to the Netball World Cup. It's such an honour to have you here. To the All-Stars and the New Zealand Men's Invitational team, both of you guys have been amazing. Thank you so much for being here and participating in this series. To our 1979 team, some shooting practice required, sorry ladies, but it is such an amazing honour to have you here. 40 years since you were joint winners of the Netball World Cup. So thank you to you and to One Foundation for making this possible. We wouldn't have been able to do it without your support. So I know the Silver Ferns got a lot out of this, but I would like to acknowledge Michelle, David as co-coaches, Matt, captain, and your team. You were fantastic. We loved watching your skill and enthusiasm out there today, and the spirit that you took to court. And don't underestimate the part that you have played in allowing these guys to do the job that they need to do. Thank you so much. We really love that. congratulations to you and your team. You are deserved winners of the Cadbury Netball Series. And on that note, a special thanks to Cadbury. I think we've all had so much chocolate, it's not funny. But you've been amazing partners here, and for this series, but also for our volunteers, and I think that needs to be acknowledged. Also to MYOB and principal partner of the Silver Ferns, ANZ, Special K, Suzuki, Puma, Go Media, and our whole family of sponsors. And finally to our media partners, MediaWorks and Sky Sports. Without your support, we could not bring this into the homes of so many New Zealanders, so thank you so much. Nō reira, tēnā tātou katoa. Good night.
Thank you. Great words, Jenny. Thank you very much. And now to acknowledge the teams in the Cadbury Netball Series, we'll start with the Fiji Pearls. So please welcome Captain Ungaisi Rauluni. Now, Ungaisi, to come forward, we'll be able to have a chat. You must be satisfied with this great preparation heading into the World Cup.
Yeah, we are satisfied and we are happy to be and honored to be here and playing with the men also.
And you had some great support out in the crowd all across these 4 days. That must be great and spurring you on.
Yeah, we had a lot of Fijian family here. Thank you a lot for coming and supporting us. And Netball New Zealand for giving us this opportunity also.
Well, you've done yourself proud. Congratulations, Ungaisi, and good luck for the World Cup. And now to the All-Stars and Captain Sulu Fitzpatrick. Sulu, it's after an ANZ season, it must be quite good to play with some freedom like that.
Yeah, it was fun for us. We're really grateful, but this isn't our moment. This is the men's moment and the Ferns moment. So thank you for letting us be a part of it.
Well, it's been great to watch you and your team throughout this tournament. Thanks very much. The All-Stars. The Cadbury Netball Series has also been an important factor for the umpires, of course, their preparation before the Vitality Netball World Cup also. So I'd like to invite Angela Armstrong-Lush, Josh Bowring, Lisa Douglas, Gareth Fowler and Tara Warnerford for their efforts throughout this Cadbury Netball Series. Good luck, of course, to all 5 of you for the World Cup. And now to the runners-up of the Cadbury Netball Series, the Silver Ferns and Captain Laura Langman. Two losses against the men, but a tough challenge and exactly what you needed in terms of preparation, I should say, for the World Cup.
Yes, we couldn't have asked for better competition, and we were just saying in the huddle then we wish we could fit them all in our suitcase. Junior, we might struggle with you, mate, but maybe we'll get you a seat. But yeah, absolutely, we think this should most definitely be an annual thing, and I think Joe said we should have probably started this 10 years ago, but thank you so much for everybody who's contributed to the series. This has just been so instrumental to our prep, and it's our new benchmark going forward.
The support's been awesome for the Silver Ferns here. You must be quite satisfied knowing that you've got the whole country behind you heading into this World Cup.
I always say when I'm over the ditch, it's really, really special to be a Kiwi in terms of just the passion and the mana that everybody gets behind our team. So thank you so much for being on this journey with us. It's going to be bumpy, so pick a cushion or bring a seatbelt, but we're going to make it worth your while.
Thanks very much, Laura. The Silver Ferns. And now finally to the victors of the Cadbury Netball Series. Let's give it up for the New Zealand men's team. We welcome forward Matt Wettere, captain. Congratulations, Matt. Well, after all these years and private trainings, private games, you've finally been able to do it publicly, and 2 wins. You must be very, very satisfied.
We, as a contingent and as an association, we're just incredibly grateful to be here, you know. This is all new to us, being in amongst all the camera work and things. But like I said, we're just appreciative of the courage that Netball New Zealand have given to give us a chance to showcase what it is that we can do. So thank you to the Ferns and Knowles, Debbie, the Fiji Pearls. You ladies are awesome, the All-Stars, and for everyone that is just for the movement of men's netball, men's and mixed netball, sorry. Yeah.
Congratulations, Matt. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for the New Zealand men's team. And now I ask Alison Ferguson to present the Cadbury Netball Series trophy to Matt and the New Zealand men's team. Well, that concludes this evening's formalities, and we now turn our attention to the Vitality Netball World Cup and beyond the Cadbury Netball Series in October, when the Silver Ferns will take on the Australian Diamonds for the Constellation Cup in Christchurch and Auckland. Keep an eye out for those match tickets going on sale this coming week. Thank you all again for coming and joining in the fun of the Cadbury Netball Series. We look forward to seeing you all again. Mā te wā, ka kite anō. Good night.
So a great job done by the New Zealand men's invitational team. They have won the Cadbury Netball Series 66-54 in that final over the Silver Ferns. As the men, well, they lap up this respect that has come out of this crowd here at the Pullman Arena. Because really and truly, I think that has been the feeling that has been here for the last 4 days. Just a showing of just how much this series has meant to these men. So, Jordan, over to you.
Thank you very much, Jenny. What an occasion it was. The final decided and your New Zealand men get the win. Anna Harrison and Anna Stanley join me now. Anna, I've got to ask you, you thought about this one. What do you think about the final?
I think it was great intensity. The men really brought it, the Ferns brought it, and it was a great showcase for people to see.
These pictures here show what it means to them. We saw the emotion throughout as well. This whole entire week that we've had the Cadbury Netball Series. Annie, how good just for netball in general?
Well, I think there'll be a huge movement with men's netball now, as we heard from the captain, Matt Wettere, in the presentation. And we've seen over the course of the last 4 days just how much it's meant, you know, words like mana and how much that they've enjoyed playing with these strong wahine, which are the Silver Ferns. And, you know, a lot of these men have given so much to netball in this country over the last 2 decades. It's great that they could, you know, as we've said so much, showcase it in front of the public.
Couldn't agree more. Anna, we saw Laura Langman say afterwards it's going to be a bumpy ride, grab a cushion or strap in, but they are now on their way on the plane. Did you think they got what they wanted out of this one?
100%. I think everyone's confirmed that that's the styles and the intensity that they want to experience going into that World Cup campaign. So they'll be feeling good. They've got a lot of recovery to do over the next few days, but they know what to do, so they're ready. They're ready. It'll be bumpy, but it'll be ready.
Oh, we don't have to strap in too much.
Maybe just for the flight.
Yeah.
Now, Laura Langman, we didn't talk about her so much through commentary, you said today, because she just expected to be as good as she was, and she was again.
Yeah, I think we all have a huge expectation of this woman. She's a great leader on court, isn't she? And boy, she's the powerhouse. She's the engine room on attack and defence. The work ethic that she put out there this afternoon was impressive. And she had, you know, some pretty fierce competition on her in Tangata and Bell, who I thought were, you know, extremely effective and strong. And she managed to give good quality ball into the circle with those long rangey defenders in front of her. So she was world class today. She needs to be world class at the World Cup to lead the Silver Ferns team.
World class right through, such a great leader, and spoke so fondly about the opportunity to play the men's and what it meant. This was to prepare this side. And are you happy, having donned the best dress, one of the ones to be as well? Are you happy with what they got out of this going forward before they leave?
Yeah, I think so. And again, I'm saying the same sort of thing, that they've got this different styles that they've had to adapt to, which they'll meet in their their round robins and their early games and the intensity that they will definitely meet as they progress in the World Champs.
Matt Whitty and also Karen Berger were two fine examples of the athleticism that we saw here, unpredictability and so entertaining as well, guys.
And as I think you've seen a real shift in the Silver Ferns. There's really the athleticism from across the board, even in the All-Stars as well. So Netball New Zealand's in a really good position in that sense when we need to be, and the men provide that extra athleticism that we might not get the same aerial speed, but it's just so good to experience.
And you saw throughout those quarters as well that it took a bit of adjusting because the Ferns had to kind of see how the men were going to play at the start of it, but they really did come back strongly. That sort of 5-6 goal buffer was in the between the whole way, though.
Yeah, and I think that's what's been impressive throughout the whole series is that they've put their foot down when they've needed to, and I think having that intensity against the men and that physicality, it's brought out the best in our Silver Ferns, and it's brought out more physicality, and I think that can only help them going into the World Cup.
A cheer went around the stadium when the men got the win, and Annie, a real special moment there seeing our Ferns and the men's side together in that huddle, and Matt Whitty spoke brilliantly as well.
Yeah, there were some lovely words that Matt spoke, and it just shows, you know, as we've talked about, the emotion and how much these guys have valued playing alongside, for some of them, what have been probably their heroes growing up, and, you know, they'll never forget this.
Annie, your thoughts towards making it a yearly thing?
I think it'd be a great idea. Yeah, I mean, every year the men do play the Ferns at some point in training. So, yeah, I think it'd be great.
We sign off on the Cadbury Netball Series and we say a massive congratulations, monumentous at that, on behalf of all of us. It was a privilege to be involved in New Zealand men's winning this side, and we turn our attention to the Vitality Netball World Cup coming your way, 12th of July. Our Silver Ferns will be heading over and take on Malawi first up. All games live and exclusive right here on Sky Sport. First game live on Prime as well. I cannot wait for this. We ready? We ready to go?
It's going to be a big few weeks.
It's going to be a massive few weeks. Annie, what's the best stuff to take out of this before they jump on the plane, just lastly?
Oh, well, I think they'll go away with huge confidence that they grew with each game. They had the intensity and they were able to absorb the pressure.
Annie, Anna, and also Jenny Woods. Cadbury done and dusted, live and exclusive. We look forward to seeing you for the Vitality Netball World Cup. Aotearoa is behind you, Silver Ferns. All the very best.